A great meeting point, convenient light meals, hot and cold beverages, or a quick snack on the go. What's your order for the day? We don't just say, we do. It's the Stain City way.
Hello and welcome to Real Talk with me, Anele, right here on SABC3. The stage is yours. Today, we have the pleasure of having on the couch a three-time SAFTA-nominated South African actor, comedian, MC, presenter, and producer who throws in all his tools when he embarks on a project. He has showcased his talents across a number of platforms, locally and internationally, featuring in films such as World Unseen, Xenon Z3, Clint Eastwood's Invictus, and even alongside Idris Elba in Long Walk to Freedom. His television credits do not disappoint either, while his comedy shows have left people in stitches. If you follow him and know how controversial he can be on social media, he's become like this younger brother I never knew I needed. And that being said, causes me so many headaches, okay? His name is Siv Ngesi. You know him as Siv Chap.
Unjani?
You know I have grey hairs because of you.
Listen here, I need to do this. I've always wanted to be on a talk show with the Queen of Talk, and I've always wanted to do this because Oprah retired. I'm doing it. I've always wanted to do this. Yes, yes.
Get off my furniture.
I told you my guide was gonna come off. Unjani?
And your mother's watching, and now she's going to know that you're jumping on my furniture.
I've always wanted to jump on a couch, on a talk show, and I gotta do it. Tom Cruise did it for Oprah. I'm doing it with you because you're the Queen of Talk.
Okay, we need to stop. We need to say hi to your mom. Hi, Mom. He promises to be here for the rest of the show, and apparently you're writing a book and you want to be on my couch soon, so you and I are gonna talk. You, sir, from Guguletu to Langa.
Langa.
To Pinelands.
Pinelands.
You were 9 when you moved to Pinelands.
Yes, I was 9 when I moved to Pinelands from Kwalanga. As soon as the white people let us in, we were like, we're coming.
We're packing
While
it
we're
all.
slaughtering a sheep, we're coming. SPCA for who? We moved into Pinelands.
Was there a community center where people could go and do arts and culture and plays in either Guguletu or Langa? Because by the time you got to Pinelands at 9, you were quite informed in being a performer.
When I was moved into Pinelands, a couple of months later, I got seen walking home from swimming practice, and this lady saw me, and I had to replace a guy who lied, a black kid who lied, and he said he could swim and he couldn't.
For a commercial?
For a commercial. In there, next week I went to another audition for Les Mis. I was traveling the world a month later as a 9-year-old kid.
Not everyone knows what Les Mis is, so please say the full thing.
Les Miserables.
Les Miserables,
It's
there we go. And this is the thing, at 9 years old, 10 years old, you're traveling the world and you were supposed to just go for a brief time, like the first round of it. Then you're there for the second round, and then the third round, up until the 6th round. Who's traveling the world with you? Are your parents going with you?
No, we had an chaperone. A chaperone who did it. We had a chaperone. And my mom did her master's overseas. So we had gone to London already. So my mom understood the whole thing.
So no one was like, it's the big bad world.
No, my mom was very understanding, and my mom was all about opportunities. And growing up, my mom was always about what you put in is what you get out.
But she was a headmaster of a school.
Yes, she is.
So how was she on education? I mean, you're 10 years old, you're missing school.
My mom was very we always had people helping us with the homework. My mom always made sure that education. So we really did push as much as possible. But at school, I don't really care about school much. I loved drama. I loved sport. Actually, the reason why I got into speech and drama is because when I was a kid, the teacher said I was very disruptive and loud.
Oh, really? Where did she get that from?
I don't know where it came from. I don't know.
Siv, disruptive and loud?
Ridiculous.
What teacher?
Hey, teacher.
What are you talking about?
You are a Forza teacher.
You are a liar.
And then my mother said, no, we'll put him into speech and drama and theatre craft.
So that you can channel all this energy.
So channel into that, and we did that into sports and speech and drama.
So when you were working at, is it Chaos Casting?
Chaos Castings,
yeah.
Yes.
So, I mean, why are you working behind the scenes when you are quite informed in the fact that you want to be in front of the microphone?
So I was doing stuff in front of the TV, just doing a lot of stuff in front of the television. But my dad passed away in grade 12, matric exams during grade 12. And I just got the worst acne possible. Like my insides just were like, you are mourning and you are struggling with life.
Oh, wow.
And I had the worst acne possible, which actually was the best thing to ever happen to me career-wise.
Because?
Because I took a step back and I worked behind the camera, which I learned the best things from being there. Because I learned what mistakes people were making. I learned that kind of stuff, networking.
What mistakes did you see people making?
Some people just try too hard. I think that's some of the biggest mistakes. Even we all do it. When we think you need to try harder, when you actually should just work smarter and harder.
Oh, so then your dad passed away, and I read somewhere that you said that you promised him that you're going to do, you know, the best that you can do. You're going to make him proud. So so his death wasn't sudden. Were you expecting it?
No, my dad was in a car accident on Friday the 13th. Right, Friday the 13th. He passed away the 1st of September, spring. Yeah, spring, and then he actually was buried on the 11th of September. So
which is 9/11.
9/11 and my sister's birthday. So this guy was like,
we're going out big. We are not going out small. So you could talk to him whilst he was...
He was in and out, and I remember on the bed, I said, Dad, I'm gonna make you proud.
So did you know, could you see that it was the end?
It was near the end, and I said to him, I'm gonna make you proud. I said, I'm gonna be successful, but he could still signal, and he went like that.
Oh no.
So for me,
my heart.
And so I said to him, I said, Dad, I'm going to be rich. And he went like that. I said, I'm going to be successful. I did that. And he said, I'm going to make you proud. He went like that. And then it got really bad. And then we ended up taking, it got to that process of us going into the room and having to decide.
To switch off the life support.
That kind of stuff. And it was the best and worst thing to ever happen.
I can agree with you.
Because you know what I mean? It pushes me. It pushes me daily. Yeah. Like that's why when I get in trouble on social media, I'm always like, you guys are nothing compared to what I've been through.
Yeah.
So losing my dad was the best and the worst thing to ever happen to me.
Worst in terms of the fact that you're losing your dad and you're watching your mom grieve because she's losing her life partner. And you've got two older sisters who now, as much as they're older than you, you kind of have to assume the role of man.
But you know how it happens in a closer household. You're the oldest, you're the man, and I became the man of the family.
Yeah.
And you know, for me, my sister and my family, we became closer after my father's death. Really became closer. You know, my mom and I tell her that I love her always, because you don't ever know when is, because the last moment I had with my dad was the day before he left for this drive. And I was saying to my dad, "Hi, Puti, you have to go. It's the funeral of a family. You have to go." And he was like, "Hi, man, and that was a Thursday. And I said to him, "You have to go." And he actually went the next day. So I never blamed myself. But it's just that moment when I remember I never said I loved you. I never said I loved him. Like I never said I ever loved him. And then now we've made a conscious decision as a family. We really
to constantly tell each other that you love each other.
Even though I'm stuck in the WhatsApp group, guys, I know how it feels to be stuck in a family WhatsApp group.
It's a hostage situation.
No, it's hostage. Like, I don't want to be the one to leave. But things that discuss.
Siv has left.
And then obviously it goes, and then a week later they're like, "Okay, remember what's happening this week?" I'm like, "I didn't see that." No, it's in the group. You must scroll up. And some of them, they're talking deep Xhosa sometimes, very, very deep Xhosa. But I love my family, and losing my father made me closer to my family.
Do you sometimes wish there were some things that he taught you where you're like, "Oh man, I wish my dad was around for this," or even a moment in your life where you're like, "I know I still want to make you proud, but..."
You know, it was simple because do you know who taught me how to shave? Jason Goliath.
Oh, wow.
Jason Goliath taught me the correct way of shaving because I was always shaving incorrectly. So I never had facial hair when my dad passed away. So I never got to get those lessons of shaving and going the wrong way. So Jason Goliath, the comedian, when I lived with him when I was in Strictly, was the one who was like, "No, you must do this and do that." So those moments are moments that I'm looking forward to sharing with my child. And the hardest part with me was the whole initiation process as being a Xhosa man.
Without your
father. Not having my father there.
And did you have to do it immediately after he passed away?
A little while after. For me, was the hardest. Because everyone else had their fathers. So me, I was playing strong, strong. But inside, I was just like, "Yeah, I wish I had my dad, you know?"
Okay, listen. Don't go away, because after the break, we hear more from Siv, but you, obviously, can join in the conversation by sending through your 20-second voice note to the number that you are seeing on the screen right now. Listen, he's ready for it. The good, the bad, the ugly, the controversial, send them through.
If they haven't stolen your data.
The point of this show is to make everyone.
So guys, let me introduce myself. My name is Siv Ngesi. It means we are happy. Siv Ngesi, we are happy. When I was born, my mom, who's in the audience, was very happy that I was born, so she said, we are happy, man. My surname is Ngesi, it means English. Together, it's we are happy to be English. So then, guys, thanks, Mom. Have you guys ever wondered where black people get their white names from? Have you guys ever wondered? Like, and I figured it out. It's because black people are sick and tired of white people not being able to pronounce simple names like Kakamba, Anele, and Eliwe. So they give themselves their own white names. Why is it that the girl who looks like a troll who's been living in Middle Earth with the orcs all her life always called Beauty? Try keeping a straight face when she introduces herself. Hello, I'm Beauty. I'm like, if you say so, sugar. And why is it that the guy who looks like a convicted criminal from Portsmouth prison is always called Innocent Justice or Advocate? And the thickest guy alive, I met one the other day on set. So dumb, but his name was Knowledge. If he went to the army, he would be General Knowledge. So yeah, man, so I went, I went to England, right? I went to England, I'm all proud. This lady says to me, I'm in English. She goes, what's your name, they love? I'm like, Siv Ngesi. She goes, we'll call you Siv. She shortened my name there and there. Like, my name is not that hard to pronounce. Siv Ngesi. I can understand if my name was Kakamba. They said, what's your name, they love? I'm like, Kakamba. She goes, we'll call you, and then...
So from a very young age, Siv used his wit and natural talent to get ahead. Today, he's living up to the promise he made to his father back in 2004 that he was going to make it no matter the odds. With accolades such as the Mail and Guardian's most influential young South African in 2011, well, part of the list, one of the Destiny Man's most influential men under the age of 40, and his award-winning one-man stand-up show Race Card, it's no wonder he's slowly but surely becoming a sought-after all-rounder and personality in the industry. Now, I must tell you a little something, like he can't watch himself. Like, he couldn't watch his own comedy.
Because it's old.
But this is like the true Hollywood story.
It's old.
Angelina Jolie's not like, no, don't play girl.
Because there even has vitamin water, that's old. This vitamin water is still around.
No, it's not. Now we're drinking real water. So do you struggle to watch yourself?
I think the problem about watching myself is that I always see what I could have done better.
Which is fine then.
Because I always try to be better than I was the day before.
And also, do you also feel like, oh, my views have changed. That's not how I think any longer.
Thing. My views have changed.
I can believe that because I believe your earlier comedy was funny, but I mean, you were a child.
Yeah, I was a child. It was trying to make people laugh. Like my new show that I'm busy writing, I want people to think.
Yeah.
So if you're not laughing, I want you to be clapping or thinking. I don't need you to agree with me. And I think a lot of people in my life have got that wrong. I'm not here for you to agree with me. It's my opinion. I will put it out there. If you don't agree, for tag.
But then wait. Then surely at times you can understand that as much as it's your opinion, right? And you're allowed to give it. Surely you must be like, okay, maybe my approach then. Do you know what I'm saying? Maybe my approach. So I'm not saying like dance around people.
Agreed.
But also like timing.
Yeah, the timing thing, I think I've become better with the timing thing.
What made you better with your timing?
A couple of DMs from you, some direct messages from you going, okay, yaka. I got a message from you once going, all right, you're right, but stop now.
Yes.
And then when you send me, you're the only person who can send me a message and then I'll pull back.
Because, like I say, it's not that I'm saying you're wrong, but you need to know where it's landing and how it's landing.
Agreed.
And that for me is emotional intelligence. And there's a thing about emotional intelligence, I don't know if you'll agree with me. You either have it or you don't.
Agreed.
So do you have it?
The thing is, Anele, I've gotten to the point of not caring.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it's gotten to the point of, currently there's a lot of woke people out there, a lot of people who have an opinion, who want to be heard. They're so fast to type but how fast are you to make a sandwich and give it out to the person that's outside of the window? So for me, I've got no, for those people who, no, say what you want, but I'm very quick to admit when I'm wrong.
Yes.
In a split second, when I'm wrong, and when I see the perspective from someone else's point of view, I'm very quick to say, I'm very sorry, it was a naive thing for me to do, and there's what I said, and I apologize for being naive, and I don't mind conversing and being schooled. Like when you two, in my DMs, you are there going, okay, you are wrong here, I get what you're saying, okay, you are right there, but it's too late for you, stop now. Or when you go, no, stop, you are wrong, you are wrong.
Because sometimes I feel like, you know, you don't realize what you could lose just by speaking out of turn. And you're like, oh, it's just Twitter. No, it's not just Twitter. It's your digital fingerprint.
Agreed.
It's not just Twitter. Do you know of a gig you've ever lost because of your antics?
You know, there's many gigs that I lose and there's many gigs that I gain because I'm authentic.
Okay.
I'm authentic. I am real. I'm here like this. Okay.
That's not real.
Okay. I was about to say, I'm authentic with this plant. And this plant is as fake as the data was. The price is still on. Okay, put it down. Put it down. I'm exposing Anele. I'm exposing her for the fake plant with the price tag on it. Okay. They're taking it back.
Where did they find you?
They're taking it back tomorrow.
We have to return it, okay? At the end of the season, all of this goes back.
All of this is going back, okay? Even the couch I'm jumping, I must go back. But Anele, I think the thing is, Sissy, I am authentic, I am real, I'm about as real as a brick in the face. So if I'm losing a job because of my views and opinions, go ahead.
Yeah.
But I have learned, and Usbo said this to me, that there is a bit of a male privilege that I have. That there are times when I say outlandish things that most people would really be in trouble for. And they'll get in trouble and they'll lose their job. But I do even have a bit of a Siv privilege that I think people have been like once there was a brand, I won't mention who it is, who didn't want to be part of me to be involved. And 2 years later, they called me. They're like, actually, you know, America has Kanye West on their books. In America, they have Kanye West, who's just like you, who would like to take you on board. So a lot of the times it's working. My inbox is full of people approaching me to do stuff that work. Like, I'm not the guy to be on, you know, there's certain things that I don't think fit my...
So you deal well with rejection? Rejection,
Sissy, hey, rejection and me, we are best friends.
Because actually, let me find it. You once said something about, after an audition, you forget about it until they call.
Yeah.
And, you know, and you don't mind that if they don't call.
My mindset as a kid going to auditions was, hi guys, it's me, Siv. Good to be here. Director, you'd be lucky to have me on your movie as a kid. That was always my mentality.
Do you not feel that, you know, we accept that from American kids, right? We accept that from Canadian kids, because I find Canadian kids to be so confident. My word, I'm just like, if I could just send my child to grow up in Canada, I would. But we don't accept that from South African kids because then it's like, oh, he's arrogant. Oh, he needs to be humble.
It's funny you say that. I'm busy talking about something right now. I was watching my director deal with people that he grew up with.
Yeah.
And he's colored, so he downs himself down. He's like, and he watched me deal with Xhosa counterparts. And even me, I downplay everything. I'm always like,
But is that a fame thing or is it a success thing? Because they're not the same thing.
For me, I just think it's a cultural thing that I downplay my success when I'm speaking to my peers who are the same Xhosa or a black person, compared to when I'm speaking to... if you ask me how I'm doing, I'll tell you I'm living the dream.
I know you said that because I said, please give me money. And then you said, you don't have any. And then right after you're like, and if you believe that, you'll believe anything.
But the truth of it is that I think my ego is as big as my heart. Someone said that to me the other day. Someone said to me, Siv, I've never met a person whose ego is as big as his heart. And I'll take that on the chin. Because my ego's big, but my heart's even bigger. So I like that. That's my belief.
I like that. So he has a one-man show coming up called Civilized.
Did you get that?
Get it? Get it? Civilized. From the 2nd to the 14th of October, 2017. Get it again? Get it again? And as always, Siv will speak his truth, inspire and motivate as he continues on his quest to change the world one smile at a time. We are with Siv Ngesi today. There's a whole lot more coming. Stay with us. My guest today has made his mark as one of the most energetic comedians and TV personalities in the country, and is not only fiercely passionate about his craft, but he uses his influence for the betterment of others. I'm really not just blowing his horn here because he's kind of like family little brother that I scold every now and then. Watch this.
Hello. My name is Siv Ngesi. I'm an actor comedian, but I have nothing funny to share with you today. I'm a South African. I'm a brother. I'm a son. I'm a man. I'm an uncle. I'm a future father. I feel my duty is to protect. I feel I have failed. It hurts me deeply to admit that I am part of the problem. That I have laughed at rape jokes, that I've made rape jokes, that I have commented, that I have stared a few seconds too long, that I've turned a blind eye to men crossing the line, that I have crossed the line and gotten away with it. See, the thing is, it's not just about her saying yes. It's about making sure, and definitely making sure, that she said yes. It's about making sure that consent becomes sexy. Now, usually this is where in the talks like these, they would have stats up. Stats everywhere, just to be able to show how bad the problem is. 1 in so many women are raped, so and so. But I don't give a damn about numbers or stats or graphs, because 1 lady raped is 1 lady too many.
Jeepers. That's your serious side.
Yeah, I think it's, if you're doing what you love and you're not trying to give back with using with the powers that you have, you've failed. I think it's quite, I don't know, man, I can never forget the day my niece, I was at church, it was Klerksdorp, my niece is the love of my life, we're so close, and I got up and I couldn't see my niece in a church. I stood up and I couldn't see my niece. I panicked, and I realized that even in a church,
You panicked.
I didn't feel like she was safe.
Yeah.
And that's the realization that I got.
And for you, you get that panic when you can't see your niece.
Yes.
For women, we have that panic all the time.
And that's another thing about Twitter, all the negative, but I've learned so much from Twitter. I've had so many conversations on Twitter, I've read so much on it, and a lot of the females and the ladies have schooled me about things that I didn't think of. And sometimes when I'm traveling with guys or with guys, I call us out. Because like,
and that's what's needed, is that like when you guys are by yourselves,
that's the thing.
You know, by yourselves in your little brides or on your road trips, that's when it happens.
And
that's when you ask each other to be better men.
I still fail. I still fail. There's still moments when I say things and I'm like, did I just say that? That was toxic masculinity. But I have to say, watching that video, I can't believe I had both buttons turned up. What was I thinking? Like, I'm really upset with myself. Like, I'm really, really upset. Like, both buttons, what are you thinking?
On Twitter, speaking of Twitter, at Crazik says, Anele, can you ask Siv why he downplays his international work?
Because I don't downplay it. It's, like, for example, I'm wearing Superman underpants. Do you need to know that?
Well,
but I am. I'm wearing Superman underpants.
No, we believe
Superman
you.
underpants.
We
Superman.
really believe you.
But do you need to know that? But now you do. I live in, one of the main reasons why I haven't moved to Joburg is there's a lot of international work in Cape Town.
All right.
So like I just finished doing last year Black Sales.
Yes.
I do a lot of stuff that's
Isn't
international.
Black Sales where you took your top off for the audition?
Yes, I did. How did you know that?
Carry on.
Oh, yes, very funny. So I do a lot of international work, man, and it hasn't come up in conversation. And it hasn't come up on Twitter when they're attacking me. It's not like, Siv, that bloody coconut. Hey, international work? No, they don't care.
Your grandmother knew Mandela, right?
They were in the same
They were in the
village,
same
area,
circle
same
vibe.
area.
And you then acted in Invictus and you acted in Long Walk to Freedom.
And I performed at Nelson Mandela's birthday party.
When you were younger, when you were 13.
No, when I was 10.
You were 10, you performed his birthday.
Yes.
You know, that's like 4 ties that are like majorly full circle.
So he couldn't come to opening night of Les Mis at the Artscape. He couldn't make it, so they invited me and my sister to perform at his birthday party. And then he looked up and he pointed to the side, and I sat right next to him having lunch. But then there was a predicament, because my mother couldn't get into the door there.
Oh, wow.
So I looked at my tiba, I was like, Matiba, you are cool, no? After 27 years, you're not a bad guy. But my mother brought me into this world. We have finished lunch. We gotta go. And I left Matiba there and I went to the mom.
There's a voice note for you. Let's hear it.
Hi, this is Lukanya Kwenene from Johannesburg CBD. I would love to know, where did you study drama? And when was your first breakthrough in the industry?
Oh, I love this guy. He's telling us Joburg CBD proud.
Economic hub of the continent.
I've never studied in my life. I had a very passionate drama teacher, Mike Harris, who really drilled us hard. Anywhere in the world that I go perform, I use what I learned in high school. And to be truthfully honest, I don't believe in big breaks. I'm still waiting for my big break. I'm still waiting. This is all foundation stage. It's all foundation stage, and currently I'm just trying to be a better person than I was the day before. That's my only mission every single day. And I'm still waiting for that job that I can be. I want to be able to do a job that I can look back and go, that job helped me save more lives, change more lives, and still help more people see me do what I'm good at.
What could you be better at?
I could be better at admin.
Oh, couldn't we all though?
I'm terrible at admin. What else could I be better at? I feel like I could do more to change more lives. I feel like I could do more. I feel like I could do a lot more. And I want to continue.
But I mean, it's obviously still balancing, you know, your passion and your craft and all of that.
Balancing, I'm trying my utmost best. And I just want to be able to create work, create content that's authentically me. I just want to keep it authentic, keep it real, keep it exclusively Siv.
Oh. Are you going to try find every place that you can put Siv in?
Exclusively, explosive, massive, adhesive Siv. Like, they are there, we're pushing.
There's a voice note about a woman who's trying to figure out about your obsession. Let's hear that. I think the underwear's got a lot to do with it, just by the way. Roll it.
Play it. Okay. Oh, so there's still your data.
Relax, it's gone now because so many voice notes are coming through. What's your obsession with Superman?
People think it's not just because it's actually, this obsession is the S for Siv, but when I was a kid, I used to follow someone who was in a wheelchair.
Alan.
No, that's Alex. Alex is my best friend.
Okay.
He's cerebral palsy, but I used to follow a guy in a wheelchair who was paralyzed from the neck down. So I followed him as a kid, and he became very close friends with me. And
like Christopher Reeves was paralyzed.
Christopher Reeves.
Oh, okay.
And Christopher Reeves got paralyzed, and then I found the link. And then I found that the whole S thing, the Siv thing, and then it's worked. Sometimes I'll be walking on the street, and people will be screaming, "Yeah, Superman!"
I know, lots of people, the tweets are coming through. Superman time. So, Siv is so energetic. He's really a Superman.
So then it started happening, and then I've just made it part of the brand, and then I'm really enjoying it. But I always tell them, it's Superman, Superman.
It's not just Superman. It's
Superman.
Superman. That's the calculator coming through. Siv is a man on a mission. Keep those tweets and WhatsApp voice notes coming. More on his work right off the break. Also, I know that man cave, something about a cave with men and suits and cars. Oh, we'll talk about that just now.
We've done it again. We've saved you. The wait is finally over.
Just like that ex you always wanted back, guys. We're back for yet another season. The Man Cave comes to you Tuesdays at 9 p.m. on SABC3.
And what better way to spend a Tuesday night than in with us on The Man Cave?
Voted the best TV show by pretty much every single human being alive.
Even the ones that TVs.
Yeah, so there's no excuses. You cannot miss it.
So catch the premiere of The Man Cave 22nd of August at 9 p.m. on SABC3.
You're welcome.
All right, folks, tonight at 9 p.m., get your remotes logged back onto SABC3 for action, adventure, comedy, adrenaline, as Man Cave Season 6 returns, starring some gorgeous hunks and Siv.
Yanez, who is the producer, and he is the presenter going, vote the best show.
By pretty much every human being.
He's about as modest as a peacock.
Speaking of modesty, every now and then you know how to exercise it, because you didn't tell us that you were once mentioned on Conan O'Brien, which is a late-night talk show in America, really big.
I did 24 with Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah.
And the reviews went very well, so people were talking. And then a couple of years, 2 or 3 years later, who's the producer of Superman? What's his name?
Nolan.
Yeah, Nolan contacted
Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, to audition for and I got shortlisted down to the last 2.
Man of Steel.
No, for the last. Where's the other movie, man? When
Superman versus Ben
that
Affleck.
confusing thing, man. That movie when you goes to different worlds.
Invictus.
No, man.
No, man. Inception.
It's not Inception. What's the other one, man? The other space one. When the guy goes old, they become
Michael
old.
McConaughey.
Yes,
Matthew McConaughey.
yes. So I was shortlisted.
I hate Interstellar.
Yes, so I was shortlisted for that.
It was a rubbish movie. I'm glad you didn't make it.
So I was shortlisted for that.
You and I should play 30 seconds. We're good at this.
We could do this.
Yeah, okay.
So I've done a lot of stuff that's happening, a lot of things in the pipeline. So I want to actually go back to acting and doing that full time as much as possible. But the presenting thing has caught on. So that's why Man Cave starts off tonight, Tuesday, not 3 o'clock, SABC 3 at 9 o'clock. It's the best season ever, Man Cave.
But now, you're very well-traveled, because even after matric, you spent 1.5 years in America, you were in Washington, New York, San Francisco. So what were you doing on that? Were you like waitressing? What were you doing?
I'll never forget this. I lived in California for a little while, and I actually was cleaning toilets for a little while. I cleaned toilets, and I'll never forget it. At one point, I cleaned a girl's toilet, and there literally was a pool this big. And I tried to flush it, and the pool just went. And I tried to, and then I had to break it in half.
Oh no, sis, you're lying.
And then I realized, and as I was there, every day I used to have a reminder on my phone. I used to go every day, 3210. You will be successful, you will be great, and you will do your dad proud. And every day I got that reminder, every single day. But I used to clean toilets every single day for like, I think it was like a month. And then so I found, okay, cool, I'm not enjoying cleaning toilets, breaking up poo. So what I did do, I found out that there were a lot of karaoke competitions around California.
Yes, they are.
So each week, I used to go to California, around California, and win karaoke competitions.
So you sang, hence you were in Les Miserables, the musical.
$100 US.
So you said that you won't go into musicals because they need 1.5 years of your life.
Yeah.
Why can't you give 1.5 years of your life to be in The Lion King, to be in King Kong?
King Kong's amazing. You have to see it. I have commitment issues. 1.5 years, it's a very long time to be doing one thing.
Commitment issues. Which leads me to my next point.
Wow.
I wasn't going to talk about relationships.
Wait. You better, before whatever you're about to say, Anele, I just want to warn you that you only have a 5-second delay. So you better be very careful about what you're about to say, because the 5 seconds won't be enough for this TV. I'm warning you.
I don't want to know if you're seeing anyone. They want to know. Are you dating? Are you in love? Are you besotted?
You know, Anele.
No, I don't.
I believe that my relationship status is none of anyone's business, like my sexual orientation.
Really? Mm-hmm. Why?
I feel like my job is to entertain. My job is not for people to know.
Okay, so when you say your sexual orientation, so it is up in the air that you could be gay or you could be straight.
What? Where did we come?
Because you said your sexual orientation is not for anyone's business.
But I'm putting the two together going, if I was gay, if I was straight, it's none of anyone's business. Okay. I'm straight. It's none of anyone's business.
Are you seeing anyone?
Yes, I could be seeing someone. Yes, I could be. I could be.
You know, I watched another interview where they ask you this, are you seeing anyone? And then he looks straight into the camera and says, listen, if you think we're dating, we're dating. I found that to be quite slick because there could be 10 girls who are like, hey, boo. Hey, babe.
Listen, yeah. All I'm saying.
Are you blushing?
I'm not blushing.
You're dark and you're blushing.
Am I turning purple?
You're turning a deeper shade of navy.
I enjoy cuddling. I really enjoy cuddling. And there is someone that I cuddle with.
All right. So how did you approach them?
Wow, this really escalated quickly. Why don't we talk about the fake plant again and the price on the plant?
So, wait, are you like okay, don't tell me how you approach them. I just want to understand something, because you're an aggressive personality, high testosterone. But I'm just saying, when you are on the hunt for a lady's affections, how do you play it?
I think the most important thing when you approach a woman is to make them feel as comfortable as possible. I think that is quite important.
I agree with that.
I'm quite chilled, quite tactile. Quite tactile. I do have a bit of an advantage, as I do have 2 older sisters, so I was surrounded by women all my life.
All right.
I don't show the abs until because I don't want people just to be with me because of the abs, you know. So we keep it quite tactile and slow, and keep it chilled and calculated, you know. So you better move on, because it's going to get boring.
I'm going to move on.
It's going to get very boring for you.
There's a voice note from a lady who's got a bone to pick with you.
Oh, Ngosi.
I just want to ask Siv, why does he follow people and then unfollow them just after they follow him? I followed Siv and then, because he followed me first, and then he unfollowed me. Is that his way of getting a lot of followers or what?
You have got 10 seconds to explain yourself.
You know, it's the app. Because there's an app that I use on social media, right, that keeps tabs of my stuff. So sometimes it does this thing of following people and then unfollowing them. Really, it's not me. There's an app.
Okay, so here's what you must do, sweetheart. Send, right now, tweet Siv, right? Hashtag Real Talk with Anele so we can find it. Say, I'm the lady you followed and unfollowed. And then he'll go through your timeline and see if he still wants to follow you.
I will follow you. And I'll send you a picture with my top off.
Oh, please, shouldn't ask for that. We'll be right back. We'll be back. My furniture is taking a bashing, okay, with Siv. He will be at the Baxter Theatre from the 2nd to the 14th of October for his show, Civilized. Make sure you go check that out. Your tweets coming through fast and heavy. Oh, man, Siv is the real deal. I just love how real he is. From at Simply Tepi 2. Kabi Mott 94 says, Siv, have you ever considered radio? You've got that breakfast show thing.
Yeah, no, I don't want to wake up too early.
Really?
No, I like my sleep.
Is that like your, because you're very like, for instance, you know when you've got a photo shoot and then you train for a month, you eat egg whites.
Like I'm dieting as we speak.
What are you dieting for? Because I know you always focus on
something. I've got a couple of cover shoots that are happening. I've got a nude shoot for charity. So yeah, the abs, as I'm stating here, I'm going to donate my abs to a township so they can do their laundry. It's scuffs you up.
Did you get the men's health cover that you were campaigning for?
I got a cover, but I wanted the front cover. I got the back cover, but I want the front cover.
Okay, so what needs to happen for you to get on men's health then?
Men's health, please, if you're watching, I want the cover.
You want the cover, but those abs then, you have to. That's 4 months of white eggs only.
3 months.
3 months. Siv Gives Back, that's your foundation.
I have a foundation called Siv Gives Back, and we work with something called Dignity Drive as well. We're trying to get as many sanitary products, pads, tampons around the country as much as possible, because I do believe that if men bled once a month, pads and tampons would be free.
Of course.
And I think it's a great injustice. So we've got my organization called Siv Gives Back and Dignity Drive, trying to get as many sanitary products around the country as much as possible.
So how does it work? Where do we donate? Where do we go?
So what we do is that we have drives happening every month or so, have drives where people will do like spots. I release online where you can do a drop-off. I just did one last week with, listen to this, Curry Cup had me as the face of their sanitary drive. Women were allowed in for free, and they had bins outside.
Oh, nice.
And to a rugby game, you had to bring pads to a rugby game.
That's what we're talking about.
So we're trying to get there slowly but surely, and eventually...
But when do you get to do all of this stuff? Because you're also never in the country.
But the internet's nice. You can do this kind of stuff.
Okay.
And I have a PA who helps me do this kind of stuff. And we're going to make it work, and I want to be involved in making pads, sanitary products free.
Okay. So outside of the philanthropy, the charity work, I read somewhere you said that in 10 years you won't be doing comedy. Okay, that's fine. What will you be doing in 10 years then?
I've gone into a lot of producing. I produce a lot of comedy. I produced Luisa Gola's show. I produced Tats Ngonzo's show. I produced 14 shows at the National Arts Festival this year. I want to be producing a lot more content, creating content. I'm sick and tired of people telling our stories. I want us to tell our own stories, and I want to be the person to be there who's signing the checks.
Okay. What's your next reality show? Because, I mean, Strictly Come Dancing, your Master Kitchen, what was it?
Your Master Chef.
Your Master Chef, Tropika Island of Treasure. You're quite competitive, so you're always in this reality show game. Are you eyeing a next one?
I want to eye a next one that won't be corrupt. I mean, wow, what, did I just say that? Wow, did I just say that? I never.
Which one was corrupt?
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about.
You said one was corrupt.
I don't know where corruption comes from. Corruption's not a thing in our country. Never. But I just want to compete. I'm like a racehorse. Do you know that racehorses run to win? They don't. That's what I do. I love winning, and I love learning when I don't win.
Oh, okay. Because you don't look like you like to lose.
I don't know how to lose.
Okay, let me rephrase that. you don't look like you can deal with losing.
I like losing fairly. If I lose fairly, I'll
But
take it.
also then you strike me as someone then, even if you lose fairly, you will still look for ways in which things weren't done according to how you feel like they should have been done.
No. If I lose, I lose. Like, for example, if I lose, I'm a sportsman, so I've lost many games in my life. But when you lose, you need to learn a lesson from it. So I don't mind if something is above board, straightforward, then I don't mind losing. But I want it to be fair and square, starting line. Everyone needs to be, you know, fair and square. But that, we move on, we move forward. We'll have the last laugh.
Do you like revenge? Because your eyes always look like if something happens, you're like, I'm going to get you back.
Do you know what my favorite form of revenge is?
Success?
Success. But there might be more.
So according to you now, if your favorite form of revenge is success, have you exerted revenge on plenty people?
Enough.
Enough.
But there's a lot more coming.
But there's a lot more coming. All right. So what's your very next plan then?
What jobs I'm working on, what am I working on next? Still producing a lot of content, working on my show, Civilized. I want to travel a bit. I'm going to Cuba for about 2 weeks, just to spend the mornings boxing for 2 weeks and the evenings doing salsa lessons for 2 weeks straight. Just taking some time off just to take, you know, Civ time.
Are you going to go with the one that you cuddle with?
No.
Oh.
I'll be going alone.
Okay.
I only travel alone.
Okay, so thank you. This has been great. We'll see you this evening, 9 o'clock, SABC 3.
9 o'clock, make sure you catch the Man Cave. It's bigger, it's better. It's the most amazing set in South African television. We've got a new presenter who's unbelievable. He's incredible. So tonight, the Man Cave. You don't want to miss it.
You don't want to miss it. It's been a pleasure having him here. If you want more of him, the Man Cave tonight, 9 p.m. SABC 3, the stage is yours. We're not done yet. As part of the Department of Science and Technology's initiative to showcase and support young minds doing amazing work in the science arena, Real Talk, this time around, wants to introduce you to Phumlani Nhloko, the inventor.
My name is Phumlani Nhloko. I'm the creator of a desktop CNC machine.
The Department of Science and Technology's Grassroots Innovation Program forms an integral link between innovators, incubation hubs, and investors. Phumlani Nhloko, inventor of a mobile computer numerical control machine, the CNC machine, is one such pioneer whose forward thinking caught the eye of the DST initiative.
I've worked in different companies, and after that, I've decided to create this business where I've made this CNC machine because of the frustration that I had. We wanted to make things and we didn't have access to the prototyping tool, so we decided to make a tool that can help us to make things.
Phumlani grew up in a small village called Hlobo, Ngamagwe, in the Eastern Cape. He was raised by a single mom who worked as a domestic worker in order to support Phumlani and his 5 siblings.
I grew up in a village called Hlobo. Everybody looked down to me and said I will amount to nothing, but I've had ambitions. When I was a child, I've seen the aeroplanes, I've seen these things that were moving on the sky. So I wanted to also, I was wondering, where these people belong? People are making things on the sky. So I also wanted to know, who are these people? Where do they stay and all that? I wanted to be one of them and all that. So I always dreamed to be an engineer. I'm from the engineering background. I studied electrical engineering. I've got a BTech in electrical engineering. And I've also have a BSc in technology management. So the engineering background has helped me to understand the concept of what was supposed to be designed when we were designing the CNC machine. Yeah. And it was a sort of up and downs, like you design something, then you go back and redesign. So I've learned those skills through my experience, like in what I've learned from the engineering. The CNC machine, it's a computer numerical control machine. The machine makes electronic boards. It makes 2D object, 3D objects. Actually, we made the machine for ourselves because we wanted to make things for ourselves. But after making the machine, then we started getting the other people who wanted to say, guys, we want to use your machine. Can you sell us this machine? That's when we saw the traction of the machine. Yeah. The cost of one machine is, you're looking at plus or minus 150,000 going up, and we're able to cut the cost up to 65,000. Having 3 functions, you're cutting all the cost of buying a 3D printer, buying a laser machine, and also buying a milling machine. So you have one machine that has 3 functions.
Nhloko now runs his own company, Ada Engineering Systems, implemented by the Technology Localization Implementation Unit of the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, otherwise known as the CSIR. The program has now incubated Nhloko's company, and they are producing more and more CNC machines. We started this thing in the garage, where we designed this machine, but at some point we needed help. So I said, let me call DST. That's when I sent an email to the lady and explained what we're doing. Then we set up a meeting with the lady. She was blown away about what we've done, like in terms of coding, like sending the drawing from the computer to a machine, then it makes whatever you want to make in a machine. DST has helped us to reach the stage where we can say our machine is sitting in the shelf somewhere, some people want to buy. And they also help us with the software that we can use for design, so that we can design things that are professional instead of maybe drawing with your hand and all that. So this is the program that helps all those guys who don't have access or denied access, like are relegated to technology stations and all that. My partner, his name is Kumbuzo Ndlovu. We met at the university where I used to work. So we had common interests, but I saw this man who was so passionate. He's so passionate about innovation. He worked in the Fab Labs. He understands the process of innovation. So I said, I need to partner with this guy in order for me to take this CNC machine forward. Phumlani's success story illustrates how an idea coupled with natural talent and the simple will to make a change can give birth to something incredible and revolutionary.
The advice that I would give to South African entrepreneurs, you must never give up. The journey to entrepreneurship, it's very tough and it's lonely. Even if you get support from certain people, they're going to ask you, how is your business doing? They're not going to ask you, how are you doing, Phumlani? So the journey is very, very tough, and I had to leave my job to focus on this business. There's more negative than the positive. That you get good news today, this client is asking for a quotation. Later on, this other client is telling you that he's not capable of your product and all that. What you're selling, you must never give up as an entrepreneur. If you believe in something, go for it, and until you get the results of what you want.
And all we can say is, Rara Phumlani, nice one, young man. Big up to you. From myself, Anele, and the Real Talk crew, good night. We'll see you tomorrow, but then again, 9 o'clock today. Hey, Men Cave, SABC 3, stage is yours. Don't be late. Bye.